Hello everyone, my name is Ezra Garza, and this is Chapter 5 of When Alter Egos Come to Life, a Markiplier fanfiction. Sarah's POV. Once again, my alarm went off mercilessly at 8 a.m. As I clicked the button to turn it off, I still refused to open my eyes. I groaned and sat up. But when I sat up, I bumped into something. I quickly opened my eyes to find myself staring into a pair of pink outlined ones. Hello? Ah! I pushed them away and went for a pair of scissors on my nightstand and opened it up and had it in a stabbing position. The man seemed to just be amused. Then I realized, Wilfred? Ah, so you finally notice. Suddenly the door burst open to reveal two more people. Sarah, are you? Dark paused as he and Google stared at the scene. Wilfred! What? I got bored of being stuck in the house all morning, and she's a really deep sleeper. Yes, that doesn't mean you should just sleep with her. ... I stared at all of them as they tried to argue it out, but I saw the conversation really wasn't going anywhere. Then I realized I'm still in my pajamas. Guys? They kept going back and forth. Guys, I swear you are a moron. Well, I'm sorry. Her door was clearly open because she's at home. Guys, get out. I pushed them out of my room and slammed my door, closed, and locked it. I sighed, grabbed my clothes, and headed to go take a shower. By the time I was done, I had nearly forgotten about the confrontation till I exited my room. Sarah. I threw my phone and Google caught it. Really? Sorry. I'm generally used to being alone, so seeing faces in here still scares me. Oh, I see. Are we that unpleasant looking? Oh, no. You are all very pleasant looking. It's just no one really visits me unless it's a holiday or a birthday. I'm usually the only one who does the visiting. Oh, okay. He paused and was in thought. So you are what people define as lonely. Oh, no. More like, what's the word? Isolated. Yeah, that word. That's a synonym for lonely. Yeah, but, never mind. I moved past him and went into the living room to see Wilfred and Dark there. So, I believe we should talk. Trust me, Dark, I would love to, but I'm already running late to school as it is. School? Who has time for that? Wilfred said as though it was moronic. People that want to eat and live by themselves. So you are content with being alone? Yes, no, go! I paused and put my hands up to my face to rub any stresses out. Look, I know there are plenty of questions we all have for each other here, but I can't have my life be interrupted like this and be expected that I'll be okay with it. There's not really any way to get my responsibilities either, and it's not like you all can do anything. I heard a few buttons being pressed and some whirring, and when I turned around, I saw Google talking into my phone with a whole other voice that sounded like my brother? Hello, I am speaking in for Sarah. You see, she has come down with the flu, and I feel she would not be able to come in today and maybe a couple days after. I was about to dash after him, but Dark and Wilfred grabbed me from behind and covered my mouth, holding me against my will. I understand that it may mess with your sick day schedule, but I'm really not sure if you'd like your members to be diseased with a flu. Maybe most members are adults. Yes, I'll be sure to take care of her. Goodbye. He hanged up and dialed some more numbers, much like my dislike, and by the time he was done, he basically canceled my life for 2 or 3 days. He handed me my phone as Dark and Wilfred let me go. I stared at my phone, then at him. Why? How? What? It's one of his upgrades. He's able to project the voice of anyone as long as there is some information recorded inside him and has passed through the web, Dark explained, and Google smiled and nodded. Besides, I think our current situation is more important, if you know what I mean, Wilfred stated. They all looked at me. If you think I'm going to stand here and take this, you're wrong. I'm going to go to school and work, and none of you... I felt a prick in my side, and suddenly couldn't feel anything. So much so I lost sense of all my nerves and began falling. Thankfully, Doc caught me, but I was still confused. Then I realized it. Wilfred! Well, that's one way of keeping her here, Doc commented as he set me down on the couch. I had to do something. She was going to leave us here to fend for ourselves, Wilfred exasperated. That doesn't mean you can just paralyze me. I didn't even have time to react. Never mind that now, Doc held his head. Hey, is there any chance you have anything to make coffee? I rolled my eyes. This guy. In the cabinet, near the sink, to the right. He nodded, and after a soft clink of the coffee grounds hitting the counter, multiple cabinets began opening. Mugs are above the fridge. More clanking, and eventually he found himself back in the living room with a big mug of the stuff and, from what it smelled like, full of caffeinated blackness. They all grabbed a seat around me and stared at me. So, do you have any idea as to why we are here? Dark asked, beginning to drink the coffee with interest. I stared at him with the best of my ability, a very ill-written face appearing on me. You would think, if I were to know that, I would have prepared better for this guy, I exasperated, nodding my head at Wilfred. Oh, you would have prepared the place for me? That is so nice of you. This place sure does need to be cleaned up, and maybe some pink would... Bullet vest, bullet arm protectors, bullet leg protectors. I wonder if they have a general bulletproof suit. They do, but it's not cheap, and it makes you look odd. It's a riot suit, but they're also getting together an actual fashion style to those things for future actors to buy. But that's gonna start at roughly $20,000 and... Thank you, Google! He paused in his ramblings when Wilfred interrupted him. I'm sorry, I was trying to help. Anyway, so you have no idea as to why we were brought here? Dark tried to reaffirm. No, I don't. He looked away from me for a few moments, trying to figure something out of his brain as he eagerly sipped his coffee. Sarah. I looked over to Google. Tell me, were you thinking about us yesterday? For some reason, that led my mind to think in vile ways, and I shook my head and began to blush. No, why would I? Jeez. So, you weren't wondering how we were doing yesterday? He asked, oblivious to my change in speech. Oh, yeah, of course. I think about how people are doing all the time. Not like y'all exactly, but others. Dark kind of stared at me slightly before looking away. Before I could really ask, though, my thoughts were interrupted. So, this past evening you were indeed thinking about how we were doing? Wilfred asked. Yes. Okay, that makes sense because at that one point, we all began hearing your voice for some reason in our heads, Dark commented. What? How much did you hear? Well, it was kind of like spurts of thoughts. Not exactly full. We knew you were trying to come back and check on us, but that was about it. Oh, okay. Why? Were you thinking of us in other ways? Wilfred asked, crawling closer to me with a sly grin on his face. No. I just want to make sure you didn't read my thoughts on fan fiction. Once again, I felt Dark's eyes staring at me, but I couldn't pinpoint why. Anyway, one question lingered on my mind. Why are you all still here, by the way? I mean, You're not in the other world anymore, and it clearly doesn't seem like you're bound to anything. Well, that's where our knowledge ends as well, Google commented. What do you mean? Well, we can't leave. And why not? Well, he seemed to be confused on how to explain it, so rather than try, he slowly picks up Wilford and brings him over to the door. Hi, I don't want to do like a zap. Wilford's hair was all frazzled, and even his mustache went up as well, his face seeming all disoriented. Sorry, Wilford. I couldn't explain without an example. You could have just said we'd be electrocuted. He kind of just laid on the ground as well as somewhat spazzing out. So that is why. Have you tried? Yes, we even tried the windows. Do you need another presentation? Dark asked. No, please, no. Wilford groaned. Part of me wanted them to do it, but the better side got to me. So you're all bound here. Look, I wish I knew why, but I really don't know. All I could say that we can try is to see if we can go out when I do. But wait, I'm paralyzed. Dark shrugged and got up. Well, doesn't mean that we can't just pick you up. Wait, pick me up? He began to approach me. I did not consent to this. He got closer. I'm warning you. He placed his hands behind my back and my legs. I stared at him right in the eyes. Don't you dare. He looked at me with kind of a glint in his eyes and picked me up bridal style. Hey, this isn't fair. I can't fight back. Good. He approached the door with me and brought my hand closer to it and opened the lock with it. With my hand turning the knob, it opened. No shocks, no nothing. Then we both walked out through the door, and everything was fine. Huh. It actually worked. He kind of smiled as the sunlight poured out onto the couch. It was probably the nicest smile I've ever seen on him. Google came up from behind and looked around. So it worked. He kind of chuckled mildly. Wilford suddenly popped out of nowhere. Wow, we wish you could have done that sooner, Doc. He began to form a pink around him and to float. Well, I'll be seeing you all later. Bye-bye. Dark sides tracked Wilford as he flew high into the air and was about to go above some of the other houses when, much like a fly and an insect zapper, he was shocked in the sky and began to fall down to earth. Google sighed and ran over just in time to catch the poor Wilford. Why does this happen to me? He muttered in Google's arms. Because you failed to wait, my dear brother. He walked up to us. Well, that means we can't step too far from her. Yeah, but it makes you wonder the distance exactly. Dark glanced over to Wilford. Would you like to test it out? No. Dark can be really cruel sometimes. Dark chuckled. I don't think it really has anything to do with the distance. I think it just has to do with intent. Google commented on lightly. Probably. So that also means if we did want to go and take over Mark, she would have to come with us. Wait, what? I can't stand this till we get all the way to LA. Yeah. Google, I have a proposition to make. Google nodded for him to continue. Well, I say we try out our abilities in our original forms, being that we usually just attack with other humans' bodies, but this seems to fail. If we can live around here for a good some time and study the weakness of the human population, then we can possibly defeat Mark and finally take back control. I'm right here, you know. If you think I'm gonna allow y'all to do anything in the human world, then you all must have the wrong idea. I'm not gonna... Dark had stuffed a handkerchief in my mouth and continued his conversation with his brothers. But I kept struggling with the rags as he did. The humans wouldn't know what to think of us. And when we do rise, once we know their habits and weaknesses, then we can truly overpower Mach. It's genius! Wilfred expanded on, rising once again from the zapping sequence. Alright, then it's settled. Let's make sure not to veer from our primary objective. Agreed. Dark slurred. I yelled through the handkerchief, which meant, agreed! Well, what else are we to do? Our objective is to finally take over. Dark mentioned, as though I didn't already know this. And it doesn't seem like we can leave without you, so you're kind of stuck with us. Which translated into, I'm sorry. Stuck with you? I just wanted to see how they were, not live with them. This has been Chapter 5, and I hope you all have a wonderful day today. Bye-bye.